Ball is hit, popped up into right field. It is going to be down for a base hit for Arden.
Now batting, Rose.
Arden is on first for Scott County. And that brings up number 2, Will Rose, the second baseman for the Cardinals. Pickoff from Murphy to first base is not in time. First pitch to Rose is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. The field for the Spartans. Shortstop is number 8, Jackson Herrera. Center fielder number 1, Charlie Slayball. The catcher is 00, Robbie Jenkins. Designated hitter is number 5, Gary Gibson. The first baseman is number 24, Reed Beatty. The third baseman, number 99, Brody Beal. The left fielder is number 44, Camden Stout. The right fielder is number 4, Lakeland Henrich. The second baseman is number 2, Lucas Statman. And again, the pitcher is Owen Murphy. The count for Will Rose is no balls and 2 strikes. Here is the 0-2 from Murphy, and it'll be high and outside. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Arden will take second. That ball is popped down the third base line, and just on the foul line, it'll be fair. So Arden moves up to second. Will Rose on first.
Now batting, Stevens.
So runners on second and third. It brings up number 28, Duncan Stevens, the catcher for Scott County. First pitch. That'll be ball 1 outside. Murphy comes set. Here's the 1-0. And it'll be ball 2. A little high. Two balls, no strikes. Pick off the first base. Will Rose able to dive back in time. He's safe. Beatty is the first baseman. The 2-0 is be ball 3 high. So 3-0 to count. Murphy gets a sign from Jenkins behind the plate. Here's the 3-0. And it'll be called strike 1. Stevens thought that was a strike. He started to make his way down to first base. Here is the 3-1. That ball is popped up out of play. So again, the field for the Spartans: Beatty at first, Satman at second, Herrera at shortstop, Beal at third. The outfield is Stout in left, Slayball in center field, and Heinrich in right field. The 3-2 is fouled out of play. Heinrich is in right field. Jenkins is behind the plate, and Murphy is the pitcher. So, foul ball from Duncan Stevens. He'll stay alive. Runners on first and second. Three balls, two strikes. And a pick off to second base. No throw from Murphy. Herrera, the shortstop, was covering the bag. Arden doesn't have a crazy big lead at second. Here's a 3-2. And it'll be ball four. Close pitch. Stevens able to work a walk. Base is now loaded for the Cardinals. And up to bat is number 14, Seth Jean, designated hitter today. Scott County, one out. Scott County is wearing the black jerseys with red letters, white pants with the black stripe down the side. Sayre in the all whites with the navy blue letters and yellow hats. First pitch to Jean is popped up. Right fielder Heinrich calls for it, and he'll catch it. Arden goes to tag from third, but he does not go, and Will Rose will be caught in a rundown in between shortstop and second. Herrera will drop the ball, and Arden slides into home safe. Scott County gets lucky on that one. The pop fly from Seth Jean to right field, and Arden acted like he was going to tag and come home. Then he didn't, so Will Rose got stuck in between second and third. He got that run down, and then Satman, the second baseman, dropped the ball. So Will Rose is on third base. Duncan Stevens on second. The runner for Duncan is number 9, Colt Fields. Sayre's going to come in with the coach for a mound visit, and then they'll break that. Up to bat for Scott County is number 4, Garrett Sparks, playing first base today. Steps into the box. First pitch to Sparks is swing and a miss, strike one. Ball is hit very down third baseline. Beal will come through, field it, and there's no throw at first base. So Scott County brings in another run and puts another runner on the bases.
Now batting, Dotson.
The score now, Scott County 2, Sayre 0. And up to bat is number 25, Parker Dotson, third base. A left-handed batter. His first pitch is called strike one. Here's the 0-1 to Dotson. It's way outside. Good stop by Jenkins there to keep a run away for the Cardinals. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And that is called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Dotson steps into the box. Here's the pitch. It'll be low. And Sparks takes second base. Ball 2, low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a little outside. Good leave there from Dodson. The count is now full. Dodson will call time. Step out of the box, take a practice swing. Now he's back into the box. He waits the 3-2 from Murphy. And it's outside, ball 4. So again, the Scott County has the bases loaded. And up to bat is number 7, Keegan Hurt, playing right field.
Hurt.
Here is the first pitch to Hurt. It's hit back to Satman. He's going to come through, field it. Nobody covering first. He throws it to third baseman Beal, and Sparks is caught in a rundown. Third baseline, now he's running. And third baseman Beal will dive. And he tags him. He'll be called out. So Scott County scores 1 on that play. They lead 3-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. So in the top of the first inning, Scott County scores 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error from the Spartans, and 2 runners left on base. The score: Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex, Lexington, Kentucky. Scott County versus Sayre. Scott County puts up 3 runs in the top of the first inning.
Jackson Herrera.
Sayre has a chance to put some runs on the board. The infield for Scott County: Garrett Sparks at first, Will Rose at second, Sebastian Arden at shortstop, Parker Dawson at third base, Tyler Wands in left, Justin Stevenson in center field, and Keegan Hurt in right field. Duncan Stevens is the catcher behind the plate, and Jack Willhite, number 53, is the pitcher. First batter is number 8, Jackson Herrera, the shortstop. First pitch is called strike 1. Second pitch is low. It'll get past Stevens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is the 1-1 pitch from Willhite. It's low, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And it'll be called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch to Herrera. And it'll bounce in front of the plate, so full count, 3-2. Here is the 3-2. Inside, and it'll be called strike 3. One out away. Brings up number 1, Charlie Slayball, the center fielder.
Slayball.
Here is the first pitch to the left-handed Slayball. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Low and inside, ball 2. Slayball comes into this game with 52 at-bats, 20 hits, 20 RBIs. .385 batting average. Here is the 2-0. And it'll be called strike 1 right on the outside corner. And that is called strike 2. Same spot, looks like outside. Here's the pitch. It is hit down the first base line to Sparks. He will field it, and he'll step on first for out number 2. Two outs away.
0-0.
In the bottom of the first.
Jenkins.
Up to bat for the Spartans is number 0, Robbie Jenkins, the catcher. Robbie has 42 at-bats, 11 hits, 13 RBIs, and a .262 batting average. First pitch is called strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and it's just outside for ball number 1. One ball, 1 strike, and that'll be ball 2 high, just across, or just above the letters on the jersey. Here is the 2-1 pitch from Willhite. And it's called strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 3. Here is the 3-2 from Willhite. Inside, and it'll be called strike 3. Willhite strikes out Jenkins looking. Coach Kevin Clary from Sayre is going to talk with the home plate umpire. They say that it hit the ground. He goes, hey, it hit the ground, but Duncan Stevens threw down the first anyways for the out. In the bottom of the first, Sayre scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from the Cardinals, and no runners left on base. The score after 1 inning, Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 2nd inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus the Sayre Spartans. Scott County leads 3-0 after the first inning. And up to bat for the Cardinals, left-handed, number 22, Tyler Wands, playing out in left field today. Owen Murphy still on the mound for Sayre. First pitch is called strike one. The 0-1 is low, ball one. Here is the 1-1 pitch, and it is popped out of play over the Sayre dugout, third base line. It's a chilly one here, Lexington today. Wind blowing hard, pretty much in. 1-2 is hit down the first base line. Beatty at first fields it, and he'll underhand toss it to Murphy, and Murphy will step on the bag for out number one.
Now batting, Stevenson.
Scott County back to the top of their lineup with number 8, Justin Stevenson. Justin struck out swinging his last at bat. Here is Justin Stevenson's second at-bat of the game. He shows the bunt, and umpire says he did go. That'll be out number one. Murphy threw that ball low. Stevenson unable to get a bat on it. Here's the pitch, and it'll be called strike two. Low and away. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. The ball is popped up into right field. Slay ball, the center fielder will call for it, and he'll catch it on the run, headed toward right field for out number 2. Two outs away. Brings up number 1, Sebastian Arden, the shortstop. He singled after he popped the ball up down the first base line. Got down. He came around to score, put the first run on the board. Scott County hits that ball right back up the middle, and it'll get through for another base hit. Runner on first. Will Rose is at the bat for Scott County. He hit the ground ball to Beal at third base. Beal had nowhere to go with the ball. Here's Will's second at bat, and the first pitch is called strike one. Here's the 0-1, and it'll be low for ball one. Here's the 1-1. Arden goes for second. The ball is hit to Herrera, and he will come through it. Throw across to Beatty at first for out number 3. In the top of the second inning, Scott County scores 0 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. The score, Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County Cardinals versus the Sayre Spartans. Scott County leads 3-0. Going into the bottom of the second inning. Up to bat for the Spartans is number 5, Gary Gibson, the designated hitter. Willhite on the mound still for Scott County. He has 2 strikeouts, both looking. First pitch to Gibson is ball 1.
Now batting,
Little high.
5, Gary Gibson.
The 1-0. Ball 2 high. 2 balls, no strikes. And a check swing. They'll say didn't go. They'll peel it down to the first base umpire. Said he didn't go, so the count is 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Willhite. And it'll be called strike 1. Here is the 3-1. Low, but it'll be called strike 2. Willhite battles back from a 3-0. Now the count full at 3-2. Here's the pitch. And it is fouled off right toward the Scott County dugout, first base line. So Gary Gibson will stay alive with 2 strikes on him. Here is the 3-2. And that ball is popped up. Stevenson charging toward left. And Tyler Wands, the left fielder, catches that on the run, headed back toward the fence for out number 1. That brings up number 24, Reed Beatty, playing first base for the Spartans today. He has 50 at-bats this season, 15 hits, 13 RBIs, and a 300 batting average. First pitch is ball 1. Inside. Second pitch, ball 2. Here is the 2-0, and it'll be high for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Beatty the batter. Willhite gets a sign from Stevens, the catcher. Here's the pitch. It'll be low, and it's called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Inside. And it'll be called strike 2. Reed Beatty threw his bat back toward the dugout. Started making his way down to first. Home plate umpire called it strike 2. Back-to-back batters. Willhite has had 3-0. Battle back to a 3-2. The 3-2, and it's swing and a miss, strike 3. And now, it's like Reed Beatty might have got thrown out there. He said something to the umpire as he was walking back to the dugout.
Now batting, number 99, Brody Beal.
See who they bring in for Beatty at first. Up to bat for Sayre is number 99, Brody Beal, the third baseman. He has 40 at-bats so far this season, 12 hits, 11 RBIs. He's batting .300 also. Here's the first pitch to him. It'll be called strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Ball is hit to Will Rose at second base. He takes off the hop, throws it to Garrett Sparks at first, and that'll be out number 2. In the bottom of the second, Sayre scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from Scott County, and no runners left on base. The score after 2 complete innings: Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 3rd inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre. Scott County leads 3-0 going into the top of the 3rd inning. Reed Beatty gets thrown out after that strikeout. So Sayre will bring in Pierre Kaufman at first. Up to bat for Scott County is number 28, Duncan Stevens. He lines that one to Herrera at shortstop. He drops it, but he's able to pick it up, throw it across to Kaufman for out number 1. 1 out away. It brings up number 14, Seth Jean, the designated hitter for Scott County. He popped up to right field. Heinrich in his last at bat. First pitch of his second at bat, and he fouls that one right down off his foot. Down 0-1. Gene sets back into the box. And here is the 0-1. Ball is hit to Statman at second base. He fields it and throws it across to Kaufman for out number 2. Home plate umpire fell down. I think he tripped over Jenkins. Jenkins was running down the back of the throw at first base.
Now batting, Sparks.
He'll stand up. He'll be okay. So. Two outs away. Up to bat for Scott County is number 4, Garrett Sparks. First baseman. He hit the ground ball down the third base line to Beal in the first inning. First pitch of second at bat is called strike 1. Here is the 0-1 from Murphy. Ball is hit to Satman at second. He fields on the hop and throws it to Kaufman for out number 3. In the top of the 3rd inning, Scott County scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from the Spartans, and no runners left on base. The score: Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre. Scott County leads 3-0 going into the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting number 44, Camden Stout.
Up to bat for Sayre is number 44, Camden Stout, the left fielder. Here is the first pitch of the bottom of the third inning, and it's ball one high. Here is the 1-0 from Willhite. And a swing and a miss, strike one. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Here is the 1-2 to Stout. And it's just high for ball two. Here is the 2-2. Foul tipped, caught by Stevens for another strikeout. So one out down.
Now batting number 4.
Up to bat is number 4. Heinrich. He's the right fielder. First pitch is swing and a miss, strike one. Another swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Willhite trying to speed up the pace of play here. Here's the 0-2, and he throws that one way over. Hits halfway up the backstop. Say, trying to hit the mascot. Heinrich will step out, take a practice swing. The count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs. Brings up number 2, Lucas Satman, the second baseman. First pitch of his first at-bat. Low, ball one. Here is the 1-0 from Willhite. It's high, ball two. Two balls, no strikes. 2 outs down. Willhite steps onto the rubber, gets his sign from Stevens, the catcher. Here's the pitch. And it'll be ball 3 up. So here is the 3-0 pitch from Jack Willhite. And it's high, ball 4. Sayre gets their first base runner of the game in the bottom of the third inning. And they are back to the top of their lineup. Number 8, Jackson Herrera. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. We'll see if they are aggressive on the base paths. They're down 3-0, 2 outs. First pitch, ball 1, blocked up by Stevens. One ball down. Here's the pitch. And it'll be called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs down in the bottom of the third. Sapman, the runner, on first. That ball is hit down the third base line. It'll be foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Willhite makes his way back to the mound. Takes a breath. He'll step onto the rubber. Gets a sign from Stevens. Now will come set. Here's the pitch. And it'll be ball 2 low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it'll be called strike 3. 3 strikeouts from Willhite in the bottom of the third. Sayre scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from the Cardinals, and 1 runner is left on base. The score, Scott County 3, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. Lost the camera there, but we're back. So 2-1. It's hit to Herrera at short. He'll come through, and he overruns the ball. Keegan Hurt will be on first for Scott County. 1 out. Away in the top of the 4th inning. Keegan Hurt, the runner, on first, and up to bat for Scott County is number 22, Tyler Wands, playing left field. Here is the first pitch of Tyler's second at-bat. It's ball 1. First at-bat, he grounded out to first baseman Beatty before he was ejected. 1-0. It'll be called strike 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Shows the bunt, and he fouls it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Hurt still on first for Scott County. Wands sets back into the box. Here is the 1-2 from Murphy. It's hit back to Murphy, but Jenkins will go to field it. He chose to throw it to first, and he bounced it to Kaufman. He falls down to throw. So Tyler will be on first, and Keegan moves up to second.
Batting. Stevenson.
Runners on first and second. Scott County back to the top of the lineup with number 8, Justin Stevenson, center fielder. He struck out looking at his first at-bat, flew out to center field in the second. He steps into the box now for his third at-bat of the game. Here's the pitch. And it'll be called strike one. The 0-1. And it'll be a swing and a miss. Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Murphy gets a sign from Jenkins. Now Murphy comes set. Here's the pitch. And it'll be ball 1 in the dirt. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Murphy. It's hit down the third base line to Beal. He'll field it, step on third base, and that'll be out number 2.
Now batting, Arden.
Tyler Wands moves up to second. Stevenson will be on first. Keaton Hurd is out. The result of that play. Up to bat is number 1, Sebastian Arden, the shortstop for Scott County. First pitch is fouled out of play. Sebastian hit that ground ball back up the middle in his second at bat. He's down 0-1 in his third at bat of this game. Here's the pitch from Murphy. And it's popped up. Jenkins throws off his mask. And it is out of play. So Arden is now down 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs are down here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Arden, and it'll be ball 1 outside. A good lead from Sebastian. Oh, Murphy thought that was strike 3. Started to make his way back to the dugout. Now, here is the 1-2, and it'll be ball 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. Here is the pitch from Murphy. Runners go, and it is fouled off from Arden. Hurt and Stevenson were moving up on that pitch. We'll see if they run again. Here is a 2-2 again. The runners go. That ball is hit to Herrera at shortstop. He comes through. It'll bounce off his glove. Coach Willard will wave around Tyler Wands. He'll come in to score, and he'll hold up Justin Stevenson at second. So another error from the Spartans brings in the 4th run of the game for the Cardinals, and that brings up number 2, Will Rose.
Now batting, Rose.
He grounded out to shortstop Herrera in his last at bat. Jenkins, the catcher, stops to tie his shoe. So now Stevenson is the runner on second base for Scott County. Sebastian Arden on first. Will Rose steps into the box for his 3rd at bat of this game. Here's the pitch. Stevenson will go third. The throw to Beal from Jenkins, the catcher, is not in time. 2 runners in scoring position. Scott County's 3-hole hitter, Will Rose. Ardner moved up to second with Stevenson. Steve went to third. Pitch was called a strike. Here is the 0-1. And it is low in the left-handed batter's box for ball one. Here is the 1-1 from Murphy. It is down for ball two. Two balls, one strike. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rose steps into the box. Here is the pitch from Murphy, and it's low for ball 4. Scott County loads the bases again this game. And that brings up the catcher, number 28, Duncan Stevens. Grounded out to shortstop in his last at bat.
Stevens.
Four walks the Cardinals have drawn so far this game. Stevens steps into the box. First pitch is low and out for ball 1. Here is the 1-0, and it is up for ball 2. The catcher, Jenkins, will go out and talk to Murphy, try to calm him down. With 2 outs down, Scott County has scored 1 run and loaded the bases. After that mound visit, here is the 2-0. That ball is popped up, foul, out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stevenson on third, Arden on second, Rose on first for Scott County. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit over Beal's head at third base. Stevenson will come in to score. Coach Willard will wave around Sebastian Arden. He'll score standing up, and he will hold up Will Rose at second base. Scott County puts 2 more on the board. It leads 6-0. That hit from Duncan Stevens into left field. And to run for Duncan Stevens, the catcher, is number 9, Colt Fields. First pitch to the batter, number 14, Seth Jean, is called strike 1. The 0-1, it'll be called strike 2. Jean will call time, step out, catch his breath. Now we'll step back into the box. Correcting the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball is hit down the third base line to Beal. And he goes to field it, and it'll bounce out of his glove. So once again, Scott County has the bases loaded. Out will come Sayre's coach, Kevin Clary. He's going to bring in the infield. No action was in the Sayre bullpen, so we'll see if this is a pitching change or he's just going to try to calm down his guys. Nope, he's going to bring out Owen Murphy. Pitched 4.2 innings. Scott County scored 6 runs off of him. 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. And we'll see who the new pitcher is. Looks like a righty. So we'll be right back when this new pitcher is warmed up. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. 2 outs are down, top of the 4th inning. Scott County with the bases loaded. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre. 2 outs down in the top of the 4th inning. Sayre brings in a new pitcher. It is number 2, Lucas Satman. He came from second base. And then going into second is Cole Tackett. Scott County with the bases loaded and up to bat is number 4, Garrett Sparks. First pitch is ball 1. That ball is hit into right field, shallow, and is going to drop in. Will Rose will score. Coach Willard waves around Cole Fields. He'll come in to score. Scott County puts 2 more on the board. The score now, Scott County 8, Sayre 0. And up to bat, he started off this inning, is number 25, Parker Dotson. First pitch, called strike 1. Second pitch is fouled off. So, but no balls, 2 strikes. Seth Jean, the runner on second. Garrett Sparks, the runner on first for Scott County. No balls, 2 strikes is the count against Parker Dotson. Here's the 0-2. Inside, and it'll be ball 1. That was close there. Satman wanted that to be called a strike. Here is the 1-2. And it'll be swing and a miss, strike 3. Satman gets him out of the top of the 4th. But not before Scott County puts up 5 runs. the top of the fourth inning, Scott County scores 5 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors from the Spartans, and 2 Scott County runners are left on base. The score, Scott County 8, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex for Scott County versus Sayre. Scott County puts up 5 runs in the top of the fourth to take a 8-0 lead. Up to bat for Sayre is number 1, Charlie Slayball. First pitch is fouled out of play. Charlie grounded out. That ground ball to Sparks in the first inning. Just his second at bat of the game. The 0-1. Ball is hit to Sparks at first base. And a line drive, it'll drop. But he is able to pick it up and run, step on first for out number 1. So 1 out away, and up to bat is number 00, Robbie Jenkins, the catcher. He struck out looking in his last at bat. Here is the first pitch of his second at bat. Ball 1 in the dirt. Here is the 1-0. Ball is hit into center field. Stevenson tracks over into left center field, and he'll catch that for out number 2. 2 outs away. That brings up number 5, Gary Gibson, for the Spartans. He flew out to Tyler Wands in left field in his last at-bat. He is in the box now for his second at-bat of the game. First pitch is called strike 1. Here is the 0-1 from Willhite, and it'll be low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Here is the 1-1 from Willhite. And a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here is the 1-2 pitch from Willhite. And it is just low. Gets away from Stevens for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. 2 outs are down. Here's the pitch. And it'll be ball 3, just outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. down in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Willhite. And it is popped up, fouled, out of play. Here is the 3-2 again from Willhite. Swing and a miss, strike three. 4 out, number 3 in the bottom of the fourth. And in the bottom of the fourth inning, Sayre scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from the Cardinals, and no runners left on base. The score, Scott County 8, Sayre 0. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex with Scott County versus Sayre. Going into the top of the 5th inning, Scott County leads 8-0. Scott County batted all the way around last inning. Up to bat is number 7, Keegan Hurt, playing right field for Scott County. First pitch is fouled off. Second pitch is hit to Herrera at shortstop. He'll throw it across to Kaufman, and Kaufman will catch it for out number 1.
Now batting, Stevenson. I'm sorry, Wands.
1 out away in the top of the 5th. Brings up number 22, Tyler Wands. He reached on an air, throwing air from the catcher last at bat. First pitch of his 3rd at bat is ball 1 outside. New pitcher came in at the end of last inning. It's Lucas Satman. Second pitch is called strike 1. The 1-1. It'll be outside for ball 2. Two 1, and it'll be called ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch, a ball's hit into right center field. Center fielder Slayball will call for it, and he will get under it and catch it for out number 2. 2 outs away in the top of the 5th. That coming back to the top of the lineup with Justin Stevenson. Grounded into the fielder's choice at Beal at 3rd. He singled. Beal got it out. First pitch to Stevenson is ball 1.
Now batting, Stevenson.
Sayre is 15-2 coming into this game. Second pitch is called strike 1. They're 2-0 so far in the district with 2 wins over Henry Clay. 1-1 to Stevenson. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Off speed there from Satman. Scott County is 11-3. Haven't played in district games. They were on spring break when Lexington was playing their district games. And that'll be swing and a miss, strike 3 from Stevenson to end the top of the 5th inning. The score, Scott County 8, Sayre 0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex, Scott County versus Sayre. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Scott County leads 8-0. Jack Willhite still on the mound for Scott County. He has 7 strikeouts, 1 walk,
Number 11, Pierre Kaufman.
and up to bat for the Spartans is Pierre Kaufman. He came in for Reed Beatty, who got ejected early in the game. Pierre's first at bat of the game. First pitch is called strike 1. That is ball 1 outside. Here's the 1-1. The ball is hit into right center field. Hurt charging in. And he stumbles. He'll catch it. What a catch. Out there for out number 1.
Now batting, number 99, Brody Beal.
So from that catch from Hurt, that brings up number 99, Brody Beal, playing third base. He grounded out to Will Rose at second in his last at bat. Here is his second at bat of the game. Breaking ball, called strike 1. Here is the 0-1 from Willhite to Beal. And it's called strike 2. Looking. Hit that outside corner of the plate. Beal, a left-handed batter. Here is the 0-2 pitch from Willhite. It is fouled out of play over the Sayre dugout, third base line. No balls, 2 strikes, still the count. Here is the pitch from Willhite, and it is fouled. Hit right back down into home plate, so back-to-back foul balls from Beal. He'll stay alive, 0-2. Here is the 0-2 again. Outside, and it'll be called strike 3. Willhite strikes out Beal looking. So second out of the bottom of the 5th.
Camden Stout.
That brings up number 44, Camden Stout, playing left field. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Here is his second at-bat of the game. And it is ball 1 outside. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's ball 2 outside. Here is the 2-0. And it is ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Here is the 3-0 from Willhite. Called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. And it's called strike 2. Fourth batter of the game, maybe. From Jack, he had a 3-0. Battles back, has him down 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Sayre in the bottom of the 5th scores 0 runs on no hits, no errors from Scott County, and no runners left on base. The score, Scott County 8, Sayre 0. We'll be right back. Top of the 6th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre.
Now batting. Arden.
Scott County put up, they put up 5 runs in the top of the 4th to take a 8-0 lead. Up to bat to lead off the 6th inning is number 1, Sebastian Arden. First pitch, outside, ball 1. The pitcher still number 2, Lucas Satton. Second pitch is ball 2 up. Here is the 2-0 from Satman. And it's in the dirt for ball 3. The 3-0, it'll be called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that'll be ball 4. Arden will take first base. That brings up number 2, Will Rose, second baseman. He walked in his last at-bat. This is his 4th at-bat of the game. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Satman comes set. Here's the pitch. Ball is hit to Heinrich. Heinrich out in right field. It's number 12 at second base. Excuse me. Cole Tackett, and then that ball rolled out to Charlie Slayball in center field. Herrera was covering second. Sebastian Arden rounded second hard. The throw was in time. Duncan lines that one to second baseman Tackett. He catches that for out number 1.
Now batting, Gene.
He flips it to Herrera, but Arden able to dive back in time. Now the batter is number 14, Seth Jean. First pitch is ball 1. Will Rose runner on first for Scott County. Sebastian Arden on second. That pitch is inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it'll be called strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Satman comes set. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big swing there from Seth. Here is the 2-2 pitch. And it'll be called strike 3. Seth will strike out looking. 2 outs down. It brings up number 4, Garrett Sparks for Scott County. Hit a pop fly to right field and got down for a single in his last at bat. Curveball, breaking ball. It's ball 1. First pitch. Garrett's 4th at bat of the game. 1-0 is popped up, and it'll be fouled out of play. One ball, 1 strike. Here is the pitch from Sadman. In the dirt. It'll get away from Jenkins behind him. Arden will take third. Rose moves up to second. Two balls, 1 strike. Sparks the batter. 2 outs down here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Satman. That ball is hit out in left center field. Slayball is playing over toward the right, but he will dive and catch that for out number 3. Good way to get out of the top of the 6th. So in the top of the 6th inning, Scott County scores 0 runs on 1 hit. No errors from the Spartans, and 2 runners are left on base to score. Scott County 8, Sayre 6, or Sayre 0, excuse me. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre. Head into the bottom of the 6th inning, and Scott County leads 8-0. Jack Willhite on the mound still for Scott County. Been in the whole game. He has 9 strikeouts up to bat. For the Spartans, it's number 4, Lakeland Heinrich. Just his 2nd at bat of the game. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here is the 0-2 from Willhite. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is Willhite's 10th strikeout on the night. 1 out away. That brings up
Now batting number 2,
Lucas Satman. He is playing second. Came into pitch a couple innings back. He walked in his first at bat. Here is the first pitch of his second at bat. The ball is hit to Arden at shortstop. He'll field it. Throw across to Sparks. A good stretch from Sparks, and it's caught. 4 out, number 2. 2 outs away in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Sayre's back to the top of the lineup with number 8, Jackson Herrera, the shortstop. He has struck out looking in both of his at-bats so far this game. He now steps into the box for his third at-bat of the game. Here is the pitch from Willhite. It's ball 1. Steps back into the box. Here is the 1-0. Ball is popped up, foul, and out of play. One pitch. And that ball is hit down the third base line. It will be fair. Caught by by Parker Dotson. He fielded it in foul territory, but his glove was across in fair territory. Willhite clearly not happy about that one. He thought it was a foul ball, so he made no play to Herrera running to first.
Number 1, Charlie Slayball.
Runner on first. That brings up number 1, Charlie Slayball. He lined out to Sparks at first base in his last at-bat. Oh, umpire went to call that a strike, but he didn't. So ball 1. Pick off to first. Herrera doesn't slide back. Safe. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Willhite. Outside of it, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is the 1-1 pitch. And it'll be outside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Willhite comes set. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Herrera, the runner on first base for Sayre. Kind of delays that there a little bit. Now they're ready to go. Slayball steps into the box. Here's the 3-2. Ball is hit into left field. Wands charges in. He camps under it, and he'll catch that for out number 3 at the bottom of the 6th inning. In the bottom of the 6th inning, excuse me. Sayre scores 0 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. The score after 6 complete innings: Scott County 8, Sayre 0. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk. We are back here at the Sayre Athletic Complex. Scott County versus Sayre. Head into the top of the 7th inning. Scott County leads 8-0. Up to bat for Scott County, number 25, Parker Dotson, third baseman.
Now batting, Murray.
Looks like Scott County brought in Carson Murray for Parker Dotson. Carson hits out and right back up the middle. Herrera dives for it, but it will get through. So Carson Murray gets a base hit. That brings up number 7, Keegan Hurt for Scott County.
Now batting, Hurt.
Keegan hit ground ball to first baseman Kaufman in his last at bat. (1-0). Breaking ball, called strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Here's the pitch. It's popped up into right field. Heinrich camps under it and catches it for out number 1. 1 out away. That brings up number 22, Tyler Wands. He flew out to center field in his last at bat.
Now batting, Wands.
His 4th at bat of the game. First pitch is ball 1 outside. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's called strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it's low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And it's low for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and it'll be called strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out down in the top of the 7th inning. And the 3-2 pitch from Lucas Satman is called strike 3. So it's out number 2 of the top of the 7th. Scott County back to the top of their lineup. It is Justin Stevenson. He struck out swinging in his last at bat. First pitch is swinging and a miss, strike 1. This is Stevenson's 5th at bat tonight. 0-1. Ball is hit to Tackett at second base. He'll field it. Throw across to Kaufman. Kaufman has to come off the base, and he drops it. So Stevenson will reach first on an error.
Now batting, Arden.
So runners on first and second for Scott County. Carson Murray advances second on that play. Batter now for Scott County is number 1, Sebastian Arden. He drew a walk in his last at-bat. This is his 5th at-bat. First pitch is swing and a miss, strike 1 on a breaking ball. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. So Arden steps out of the box, takes a practice swing, and now he steps back into the box. Here's the 1-1, and it's high for ball 2. Here's a 2-1 from Satman. That ball is popped up. Herrera at shortstop will call for it, and he will run over to second base and catch it for out number 3. In the top of the 7th inning, Scott County scores 0 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base to score. Scott County 8, Sayre 0. Sayre has one more chance to get some runs on the board, potentially come back in this ball game. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 7th inning. This is Scott County Baseball on Connor Sports Talk.